Welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to share with you a dish which is a Hakka dish. Now I am not a Hakka, I'm a Cantonese, but my wife is a Hakka and she really wants to share this Hakka recipe with you today. And what we need today is two different major ingredients. That is Mei Cai, that is a kind of preserved vegetables, together with pork belly. It is quite a common dish in our family, and in fact I really love it, not only because it is flavorful definitely, but also it is quite easy to make. But one thing is important is we have to soak the Mei Cai, that is the preserved vegetable, first because it is quite salty. For today's recipe, I'm going to use two different types of Mei Cai, the preserved vegetable of a mustard green. The first one is Tian Mei Cai, that is a sweetened type, and the other one is a Xian Mei Cai, that is a salty type. The ratio I'm going to use will be 1 part of the salty type and 2 parts of the sweet types. Because it is preserved by using salt, it is quite salty. In fact, you can see there's a lot of salt, so we must wash it thoroughly. Let me show you. Can you really see? I'm pretty sure that you can see all the salt on the surface. Now I need to wash it thoroughly. Okay, I have already washed it a few times, and now the water is already clear. I'll take it out and set it aside. Just to mention that even the sweetened one is not only has sugar, it also contains salt during the preserve process. Next, we need to cut it into short sections. And for the stalk part of it, the outside is slightly fibery, so I want to trim it away, the outer part, and only use the inside part of it, which is not as fibery as outside. And then cut it into small sections. If you haven't tried it, you can actually take one small piece and see how it tastes like. It's very salty now, so I need to put it into, it's very salty. So now I need to put it into water and soak it to reduce the saltiness. Get a pot of water and put all these preserved vegetables and Mei Cai into it and soak it to reduce the saltiness. Now how long it takes, some people say half an hour, some people say 2 hours. For me, it's pretty simple. After some time, you just take out one and try. If the saltiness is just what you want, and that's it, you can remove it from the water. Then prepare the pork. This is pork belly. Cut the pork belly into slices about 2 centimeters thick. Now you can use pork belly, but if you think that it is too fatty, if you want it to be healthier, you can use any other cuts of pork, but the mouthfeel may not be as good as by using pork belly. And also some garlic. Don't have to chop, just bash it. And it is a very important secondary ingredient for this recipe. Okay, now I have already soaked this preserved vegetable for 45 minutes. And because I want to save time, I actually use some hot water to soak it, so to much reduce the time that is required. But I still want to make sure that it is not salty. Let me try. Yeah, it's just nice. I presume that if I use cold water, I need a longer time. So what I'm going to do now is to remove it from the water and make it very dry. I've squeezed out as much water as possible from the preserved vegetable Mei Cai. Now I have a pan, heat it up without any oil, and put all this into the pan to make it even drier. When it turns dry, it will start to bring out the aroma and the flavor of the vegetables. I can smell the aroma and also the fragrance. Now I can remove it. Next is to pan fry the pork. It is always better to pan fry or even deep fry the pork, not only the pork but also the vegetables before braising it, because when you pan fry or deep fry it has a higher temperature and it always brings out the flavor much better than if you're braising all these things directly. Now the color of the pork has already changed, and add the garlic. And then add the preserved vegetables, the Mei Cai. And then add some water. And then season it with some sugar, light soy sauce, and some dark soy sauce for a better color. And I need more water. Since I'm using hot water, it quickly returns to a boil again. And the water that is required has to be able to cover the pork as well as the vegetables. Now it is boiling again, and I need to reduce the heat so that it simmers slowly. Alright, and then cover it and let it be there for about 45 minutes. I've already braised the pork belly for slightly more than 1 hour. It is already very tender and soft, but there is still quite a lot of liquid. I need to reduce the liquid, remove the lid, and leave it for a while. Okay, I have reduced the liquid a lot, but I still want to retain some because this braising liquid is very tasty. And the pork, it is very soft already now, as you can see. So I will remove it and put it onto the serving plates. Traditional Hakka style, best to go with steamed rice. Great, this is just the right time for my lunch. And let me try by adding some gravy to my rice. Very nice. This is the home cooked dish to its best. Easy, straightforward. But if you really get it perfect, follow these videos, and there are a few tips that I mentioned in the process, and it will make it even better. I've added the recipe at the end of this video for reference, and if you want to need more information, please go to my website, which I will put a link in the description below this video. You can download the recipe over there. And thanks for watching. Try that out. Let me know the result, and I would like to hear from you. Bye for now.